Welcome, friends. It's almost midnight, and you've found your way to the PikeCast. We've covered so many of the books of the most formative writer of our young adult days, Christopher Pike. But there's a new show in town. From the creator of The Haunting of Hill House and Midnight Mass comes the Netflix adaptation of The Midnight Club. For 10 weeks, we'll tackle one episode per podcast in a freewheeling and unbiased chat. So turn down the lights, pop some popcorn, and pull a blanket over you. And ready yourself for the PikeCast, The Midnight Club.
Greetings, fellow Pikers, and welcome to the PikeCast, The Midnight Club. I'm Cooper Beckett, and I'm thrilled to be joined by my lovely co-host.
Hello, I'm Cassie.
Hi, I'm Becca.
We've switched formats to cover Mike Flanagan's 10-episode adaptation of The Midnight Club, and this week we're delving into episode 6, Witch. We're going to be going through the entire episode, but not beyond, so spoiler warning up through episode 6. If you're enjoying the PikeCast, please leave us a review on the podcast service of your choice. Welcome back from our tiny holiday hiatus, ladies.
Hi.
I don't know. It's just, it's still holidays, so.
Yeah, we just did a tiny holiday hiatus, the genocide holiday, that one. Anyway, today we're talking about Witch, which has an orange and red title this week. And let's dive right into this, just like the episode does, for the first time, taking us back to a story. Because we're right back with Dusty and a murder. And it was kind of disorienting for me.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
I was also trying to figure out, is this a flashback? Are we just seeing this again? What's going on? And then the brother comes in. And then I remembered, oh, yeah, it's this story here, right? And Dusty has to kill the kid. Okay, so I was really disappointed in how the mom stuff was done.
The what stuff?
Dusty's mom.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Dusty's mom giving him his orders. It felt like they were trying really hard to be scary.
I mean, I thought it was pretty scary.
I was like, is this a bad time to admit that I jumped?
Yeah, I was kind of.
No.
It wasn't exactly the same as in the book, so I do, but it was pretty. Like, if I saw that in my bed, dude, I'd lose my shit. Like,
Sure.
No, thank you.
I mean, it was definitely a jump scare, and it worked as a jump scare. I mean, it's I'm too hung up with how the book did it. And it felt so subtle, which is a weird thing for a Christopher Pike book, to feel subtle. I'm hung up on the book, that's all.
I did like the book more than that. I will say that.
They're just overdoing it a little bit there, I think. So Mom tells him to kill Harmony. And, who's Harmony?
Anya's character, I think.
Oh, yeah, right, okay.
That's where I got disoriented, because it's like, he, like, shows him killing her character, and then, like, then he's like, and then they gave me the orders to kill Harmony, and she didn't deserve it.
Right.
And I was like, okay, but who did you just kill, bro? Like, I was really confused at that moment.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I figured it out.
No, it came across strange there, because it jumped around a little bit too much. And then Sheila is talking to New England Camp. That's what I want to call her now, New England Camp. That the killer is a young man. And Langenkamp says is identical to the old murders never solved from 40 years ago. I did like how she classifies the number of deaths as more than Dahmer, less than Bundy.
Yeah. That part had me giggling, because I'm like, okay, that's a weird way to answer it, but okay. Yeah. And then, like, Sheila, that I'm sorry, is that Ilonka's character in the story? Is Sheila, right?
Sheila, yes.
Okay. Sheila just like acts like she understood, like she just like knew like the exact.
Oh yeah,
number.
Sheila's totally on board with the serial killer.
She's like, oh, that's how many?
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Right. I get it. So Sheila is with Dusty at school, and she's trying to defend her theory that it might be a young guy.
Maybe even someone that goes to the Velt.
Yeah, maybe someone here at school. She says she owes him a date, but then Heather Langenkamp is there at school to ask if he uses Einstein. And this is the least subtle interrogation ever. But also, she doesn't know that he's the killer.
Yeah, this was really confusing to me because at first it's very like, oh, she's just randomly asking this child some questions. Okay. But then, which feels very Pike, like that. It's weird, but it's a Pike thing. But then she's like, here's a very pointed part of my questioning and let me make some notes about your username. And I'm like, wait a minute. Is he a suspect? But then she's like, okay, cool. Like, I'm going to ask you some more questions later, bud. We're friends. I just need the DL from the hippity hoppity kids, and I'm just like, wait, is she, oh, wait, I couldn't tell if she knew or if he was a suspect at that point, or if she was just like lucking out with her weird commentary and questions. Like, it was very strange to me.
Yeah. I was totally confused with it, honestly. It was, but
I still like her though. Like I was here to watch her be that.
You know what? Her New England thing was definitely growing on me this episode.
Yeah, I will say the more I watch it with the accents, the more I'm like, okay, this is endearing.
I feel like it just threw me off so much seeing her with an accent in the last episode that it was just like, wait, what? But no, she's definitely a little bit growing on me. And honestly, she does sound like a New Englander. She just sounds like Julianne Moore on 30 Rock, New England, like ridiculous New England. So that's okay. It's fine. She's good. Heather Langenkamp did impress me in these 2 episodes. So, we got that. Anyway, Dusty and Sheila are out parking for their date. Then Sheila thanks him for his help, and Dusty's all conflicted. You deserve better than me because I'm a serial killer.
Pretty blunt.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think he comes out right and says it just like that.
No,
I think it would.
It's implied. It's implied.
He's like, God, you're really hot and everything, but I kill people, so I don't think this is gonna
literally
work.
murder people. Come on.
How romantic.
Yeah, I mean, he is thoughtful in that way.
He just wants to be honest,
Yeah. So then Dusty goes home and he's all satisfied somehow, like he had a really good date.
Apparently Sheila gave him the business, right, Cassie?
Yeah, the business.
Do you know how many people have listened to our episodes? And I get messages on Twitter, on Instagram. People have mentioned it in Discord. And they're like, ha, I know where you got this from. And I've heard so many different theories. Like, there's a television show. There's another podcast. There's like a song. Like, I don't know where it came from. And I don't know why I think this. I haven't heard the song or watched that show or any of it. The only thing that was even close was like when Linda from Bob's Burgers apparently talking about the business, and I was like, oh yeah,
a smidge of the business.
Yeah, sometimes you do, like that's, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's from, but yeah, I guess maybe that's why he was so happy, because he rolled over in bed. And can you imagine after that, like post business, and then you open your eyes and she's just like, nah, like I would be so upset. There were hands too. You guys can't see it, but there were hands.
Yeah, she's doing a hand thing. But remind me though, in the book, he had no idea it was his mother, right?
Okay, no. So this is what would happen in the book. He would only hear the voice when his eyes were closed, and she was like chewing on his ear, and he thought it was a giant roach.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was terrifying.
And because she was supposed to be like catatonic, I think. And so he didn't know she could speak or anything. But then so only when his eyes were closed, she's like, nom, 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 ah, you know, like doing that stuff. And so he, for some reason, Book Dusty is never like, let me open my eyes, bro, and let me look at this big old roach. Instead, he's just like, I'll lay here just in this nice little cocoon of ear being chewed and deathly things being whispered by a roach. Like,
Well, no,
wouldn't you get out of bed?
I feel like he's over there thinking, you know, it's probably better if I don't open my eyes. It's probably whatever it is. It's not going to be good.
That's fair, but it can't be. Is it going to get worse? I mean, it could get worse with your eyes closed. You're already having your ear chewed.
No, that's true.
If I was in
it's
my
wet,
bed,
probably.
Right, if I was in my bed thinking of roaches chewing on my ear, that would be cause for panic. Like, I would have
get out of the bed?
Yes,
thank you.
I would have panicked.
Instead, Mama Dusty's over here getting her good chew on because her idiot son doesn't know better than to get up. Like, he's just laying there for like a feast for the taking. Like, and she, like, at what point does she run out of ears? He's only got 2 of them. Like, she's gotta, they don't grow back. Like, I don't get it. It's so strange. Anyways, I still like the book better.
Agreed.
At least that part. Like, that part was good. Plus, so I keep forgetting that there's, you know, there was a reason in the book, like a whole backstory that is not here. Like, so she's just there nomming or like grabbing, I guess. She doesn't actually nom in this, which is also disappointing. I was hoping for the nom, which, but anyways, she's gripping with her. Also, what is she doing with her hands? Is she choking him? Is she lovingly caressing him?
I don't think that's happening, babe.
She's like, the claw. It's like in Liar, Liar, you know, like. I'm stupid. I'm sorry.
No, Trish, you're good.
Well, at least we all agree it was better in the book.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, there was some good stuff though. It like watching when he puts the towel down, he's just like smack that and the effect of the blood over the eye. Like, there are cool bits,
No.
I will say,
I really like this Dusty adaptation. This is the Wicked Heart. You know, it was a good book and it's really interestingly done here. I just feel like they blew it with something that was really creepy in the book in favor of something that's jump scary.
How would you have done the mama roach chewing?
Well, I mean, I would have left the roach part out.
Oh, damn. Okay. I was really hoping for a giant roach chewing on his ear, and I was so curious how they were going to do it.
And I would have definitely not had Mom in it until later.
Yeah.
But the whispering in the ear, like, think of how terrifying it would have been if he opened his eyes and Mom's lips are just there by his ear.
Wait, only her lips?
Her whole body's just gone.
No, I'm talking about if you frame it differently, Cassie. So you only see her lips.
Okay.
Not just only her lips.
I'm sorry, because I was like, that's creepy too, but also in a different way. It's weird. Well, where's the rest of her? Are they bloody?
In a very different way, yeah.
Are they just floating there?
No. Mom is there. We just don't see her immediately.
We only see her lips.
Yes.
Not disembodied, still attached.
Not disembodied,
okay.
Actually attached to Mom.
We're on the same page.
Good. So Mom demands Sheila, and Kevin says to be continued again. Stay alive a little bit longer.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I meant to say one thing when you were talking about Harmony. Do you guys remember in The House Bunny when she's like, Harmony? Like, you remember that movie? Where...
I have not seen The House Bunny.
Oh my God. Okay, here's everybody's homework for the day. It's a really old movie, so there might be some. It's not really. Okay, sorry, Cooper. It's not really old.
Really old. It's
no,
like
sorry. I know. I knew Cooper was going to say something. Yeah, it's like 15, 20 years old. Okay, so that's what I mean by really old. Sorry. But it's really funny, but there might be, I don't remember it super well to know if there's something problematic, so just go into it knowing that there might be some
it is about living at Hef's house, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, that by nature is
because then they get it's like they get a sorority or something, right? And then she's like the house bunny, like the house mother. What's her name? Me something Ferris? Anna Ferris?
Anna Ferris, yeah.
Yes. And it's so funny. And then there's like one girl who just repeats their names like funny, and she's just like, Harmony. And every time when the mom is like saying the names, I think about that in the scene, and it goes from scary to hilarious for me every time. I meant to mention that before.
I'm glad you did.
Yes, thank you for letting me fit that in there.
So, was it weird for either of you that the episode called Witch started with like a third of it being part of this other story, The Wicked Heart?
So I didn't think it was weird. I thought it was normal because they have to tie them together somehow. And since they left on a cliffhanger, if they didn't start with me knowing what the hell was happening, I would be like, wait, what? So
okay.
if they had just jumped immediately into the witch one, I would have been like, he never finished. Hang on. I thought he said tomorrow night. We're going to get more of that.
Right. Okay, so everyone's prepared to get up and leave, but Ilonka's like, no, I got a story. And so everyone stays.
This part is super cute because, sorry, that was such a weird way to start what I'm going to say. I really, really enjoy it.
Go on, Becca.
Thank you. I love it how cute their relationship is. And Anya's like, if it's from you, I have the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot exactly how she worded it, but it was super cute. And that's all I wanted to say is that Anya's the cutest girl in the whole world.
Yeah, Anya's
I really love her.
Awesome. So Ilonka's story is Witch, and it's about a girl who wants to save someone. So we have Imani and her mother. I don't remember the book Witch, other than I liked it. Do either of you remember if this is our actual character? Okay, that's what I thought. And they talk about scrying, where they look into the lake and they see the future. So they see a little girl drop her ice cream cone, and it's about to happen. And so Imani tells the little girl to move, and she doesn't drop the ice cream cone, but then she drops it anyway.
Because the world is so cruel.
Because the world is cruel.
But
yes.
Can we backtrack to you said her name was Julia. Do you think they had to change it so that people wouldn't get confused with Julia Jane?
They did, which is so silly because you could have just changed Julia Jane. And again, with the Mark and Luke, like, I just don't know why they made that choice to change some of the names.
Well, and Imani, she says it's Swahili too, so they went deep with this new name that they changed it to.
But they don't, like, there's no explanation as to why. It's like
no.
If it had been like part of the character or something, but like they don't. It's not even part of her story or anything at all. Like it's so strange to change that.
I mean, I assume because they're calling it Swahili, then maybe they're going on a different type of mysticism for the witches.
Oh, for the witchcraft stuff. Okay, maybe. Yeah. Because I mean, they do obviously. Julia and her mother are white in the book, and I was totally fine with the change they made for the show. Like I was on board with that. I did think the name thing was weird, just because I was expecting her. And when they were talking about Julia Jane all up leading to this episode, I kept thinking, like, does she have something to do with this story? And is that
yeah, I did too. Yeah. So the rule is don't scry at night. And man, scrying is just an obnoxious term. But I like the discussion that the universe is stubborn, and it's like a rubber band. You can snap it a little bit, but it'll snap back. And so if you fuck things up by changing the future, it will beat your ass, basically. That's what we're being told.
Yeah, like, so in the story too, because I've read that book a lot since I was like young, that what they're supposed to have as their powers, when they look into the water that has sunlight reflecting on it, they can see stuff that's happening in different places. So like, it's like current present time. They're not supposed to be able to see their future. That's not their intended gift, because it causes complications. So that's why they aren't supposed to look at it in the moonlight, because then you'll see the future. So when they see it in the show, how they see the future either way, it's not like this is your future, this is something else. It's like, it's different. They did change the way the functionality of what they're doing works, and they started calling it scrying, which I don't think was in the book either.
I didn't think so either. I feel like I would have found that obnoxious.
Yeah,
it sounds stupid. Scrying.
I would have been okay with it just because of Charmed. Like I've seen a lot of Charmed, and they say scrying a lot, so I'd have been like, oh, this is Charmed and witchy. Like, cool.
Shit, is it a real thing?
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, that's definitely, it's in like games and books and.
Okay, well now I feel bad because
I was like, why?
I just think it sounds stupid.
Sorry, no, I thought I didn't understand. I thought you just didn't like the word for some reason. Like
I don't like the word. I didn't know it was a thing.
No, it is a thing though, definitely.
Okay.
That's why I was so confused. I was like, wait a minute, what's wrong with it?
No, I thought. No, yeah.
So then we find out Mom works at a hospital. She's an ER doctor, and a young woman comes in and dies on the table. And they give her the placating, you did everything you could. It's all fine.
In the book, don't we find out that's her secret daughter? Like, it's Julia's sister in the book that dies on the table in a motorcycle accident, right? Like, that was a side. Okay, I haven't reread it since we did the episode, so I just wanted to confirm because I couldn't but that did happen.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then in this, and it's because she wasn't wearing a helmet. She was on a motorcycle with her boyfriend.
Yes, right.
Okay.
So Mom heals and revives the girl, collapses and dies in a very quick collection of events here. Like, we are getting the Reader's Digest condensed books version of this story, because then immediately we're putting the ashes in the lake. And then, of course, Imani scries at night, where she sees a boy, and it's love at first sight. And then she sees him die in a convenience store.
Which, the first time she sees him in her vision, this is one of like the most iconic things I remember from this book and just a lot of his books, is that she sees him wearing like a red jacket, and she thinks that's like, oh, he's got a red jacket. I got to look out for this guy with a red jacket. And then she comes to find like, okay, when she meets him, he's wearing a white jacket. So she's like, oh, okay, he's fine. He's not going to get hurt. Right. It's not tonight. And it's red because he gets shot and the blood soaks it. And I thought that was such like a realization, like a good, and I was really hoping that would make it in, and it didn't. And I can get, because it would be, how would it soak that much, like that? Like, I get it. I wanted to see that because I remember it so much from this book that I really wanted that specific part, in addition to the, the other book with the cockroach ear nibbling.
I think the key would have been to, like, you could have done that just by making the vision a little less clear.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if it was less clear, then the red could just stand out because it's red,
Mm-hmm.
and then you realize later why it's red. But this is like, and they've done this a number of times on this show, where they're shortcutting the books to the point where they're almost inconsequential. Yeah. And I feel like this story gets to that almost inconsequential point, because it's almost an afterthought in the episode. Like, we get the same amount of time with this story as we did with the second half of The Wicked Heart. And just because the rest of the episode is about witchcraft doesn't mean... Anyway. So, Imani's friends pick her up, and they want to set her up with a guy. And I'm struggling here because there are so many characters now, and the names are all not our main characters that we already know, so we're just kind of guessing who everybody is.
Well, Anya is Scotty, who's supposed to be Scott, like the guy from the story.
Right.
And that's the only, because there was supposed to be a Randy as well, which they do not have a Randy.
No, there is a Randy. They talk about how his name means Randy.
Yeah, Spence.
Because he's.
But he's not the same. He doesn't seem the same. Like, he's not the same guy. Like,
well, I don't know that anything is the same here, because we're just they don't really exist other than to just be here. That's the characters are inconsequential.
So you're saying that it's just like a completely different. Like, it doesn't matter that they're not.
Yeah, I think that's basically the way it is. Like, Scotty's the only one who actually matters in this story here. Scotty,
yeah, because they don't do the tree carving or anything for Randy at the end of the show, do they?
Right.
Okay, you're right. Yeah, because I was like, I don't remember him carving anything in this movie or in the show.
I have to say, I'm obsessed with, like, every version of Anya there is. Like, I like Scotty a lot.
Yeah,
like,
same.
Every single thing she does, like, in any story, I'm like, yeah, that's that bitch right there. Like, I love her so much.
Ruth Codd just continues to be the knockout standout from this series.
Yeah, just she is my favorite of the show. Well, her and like, just because it's like watching grown-up Nancy, like, after she's defeated Freddy, like, go on for more mystery time in like a bunch of different universes. So I like that part as well.
No, I am enjoying Langenkamp as well, but I mean, but Ruth Codd is the surprise.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I feel like Amesh is up there too, but I feel like we should have, like, we don't have a lot of him. I feel like
we need more of him.
Yeah.
Well, and Amesh's relationship with Natsuki too. Yes. I definitely want more of that.
I'm okay with. I could just be fine with if it's just him more rambling about PlayStation, honestly.
Yeah, me too.
Sure.
Like, no offense to them or anything. And I thought that what they were doing, like, you know, episode or two or whatever ago was like nice and cute and everything. But like, I think I would be fine with just PlayStation. I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say.
Honestly, I just think some of these kids should deserve to get to have sex.
No,
before
yeah,
they die.
That's
I just feel like it'd be nice if some of them got to have sex.
They got the business.
Yeah, the business.
Yep.
Your version of the business.
Yes.
Anyway, so they pick up Ben, played by Kevin, and a really good needle drop here. My Lovin' by En Vogue is on the radio.
Oh, is his name Ben?
His name is Ben.
So they changed his name too because it's supposed to be Jim. I didn't realize that even when I was watching, because again, so inconsequential that I don't even remember his name in the thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because like how many? I mean, I think I only know one Jim our age. Well, I just feel like Ben is a more updated, modern name for what they're trying to do. However, this was the 90s, so I don't know.
That's true. That is true. And I think so. They do completely switch it because Jim was dating her best friend and she meets him and it's just like, oh God, now we're in love. That sucks for my best friend. You know, like it was one of those Pike kind of things.
Yeah, like the Pike trope there.
But here they're like, we even showed him your school photo, which
yeah, right.
Yeah. But so I thought, I don't know. I just really wish a lot of these books were made into full things so that they could be given as much attention to the details that are in the book that I love, even if I do like the show as well.
I mean, at this point, more and more I'm seeing that, you know, like Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities is such a great anthology series, and you could easily have done that with Christopher Pike.
Is that based off a book? I've never seen it.
It's based off a whole bunch of different stories, short stories.
Oh, like from like just random short stories, or like
like there's some H.P. Lovecraft in there. There's
I see.
Yeah, so it's each episode is its own story, you know. And I feel like I get why they did this. I totally do, but I would much rather have watched the Wicked Heart episode.
So you like standalone episodes instead of a whole connecting thing.
Yeah, I don't care enough about the wraparound story to cede the time that it takes when we have these other stories.
Yeah, I think maybe, at least for me, a lot of that is just because I was very excited for a Pike adaptation, which this is a partial Pike adaptation, but it is very solidly like another one of like Mike Flanagan's typical, like not that they're bad or anything. I like them, his other shows, you know, but they're all very dark and they do have like very like themes of bonds and like loss and things like that, and the relationships between people, which a lot of these things are a lot more pulpy feeling, like Pike's books. So it's weird to have like this very slow thing that's making me cry surrounding like
absolutely
Hammerhead, you know, like I don't know, it does feel a little bit tonally very like roller coastery, like when watching.
And I can see why Flanagan's drawn to the Midnight Club, because it is a ponderous meditation on death, which he loves, yes. But at the same time, the Midnight Club, the book, it has no supernatural element at all. So he's inventing, like we're spending a lot of time with this invented stuff that has nothing to do aside from feeling vaguely like Pike stuff.
Which I will say, we have to hand it to him for that. Like he does nail a lot of very specific Pike-isms in his themes that he's making up and adding to this.
Very true. Very true. So we're going to take a break. We'll be back with more on the PikeCast.
Friends, where else can you get this kind of programming than the PikeCast? Nowhere, that's where. But we're trying to keep the lights on here. If you like what you're hearing and want it to keep happening, jump over to our Patreon at thepikecast.com. patreon and throw us a few bucks to join our private Discord server. Higher tiers get books, stickers, bookmarks, and even personalized shirts. That's the PikeCast.com/Patreon.
Once, Osgood and Frost were the up-and-coming stars of the burgeoning paranormal investigation TV show craze before a hoax put an end to their friendship, partnership, and television careers. Now, over a decade later, Prudence Osgood is a barely functioning alcoholic ghost hunter for hire. Her yearning for mystery and adventure is reignited when she receives a cryptic, untraceable email. She can't resist embarking on an investigation that tugs threads, winding through a sinister series of disappearances, her former partner's family, and a night 20 years ago when a semi blew a yellow light and nearly killed her. Reviewers are calling Osgood Is Gone a masterfully vulnerable and relatable 21st century horror story, and a bourbon-soaked supernatural mystery with sparkling dialogue that sticks the landing on LGBT characters, and main character Prudence Osgood, as tortured as she is clever, broken in all the best ways, and a true heroine for our times. Buy it today at Osgood Is Gone as a paperback, ebook, or audiobook narrated by me, JJ Ronvier.
Welcome back to the PikeCast. So they pull up at a liquor store. Imani tells everybody they got to stay out of the liquor store. But Scotty says this is the only place we can get alcohol. So Scotty goes in and gets shot.
Scotty doesn't know.
Scotty doesn't know. Wow. Well done.
Were you waiting for that whole episode?
I literally was not. I swear. I just heard him saying Scotty, Scotty, Scotty. And I was like, Scotty doesn't know.
So the friends are all like, how did you know? How did you know? And she can't explain it.
That dude just
I should have saved it, damn it. Oh, sorry.
Me too. So giggly.
I almost spat out my drink just now because there was that silence.
So she goes on a date with him, and they stop to get gas. Imani goes in to pay, and there's a Fangoria magazine that I'm pretty sure is referencing space vampires.
Oh, cute. I didn't notice that.
Because it's not an actual Fangoria issue. So that's interesting.
I do love space vampires.
I do, yeah. And so there's a guy in there with a gun. The clerk tells her to run. Imani picks up the credit card thing and hits him, which is great.
No, it's not. First of all, look, I'm gonna stop. I'm just gonna say this whole scene for me, it really was not. It pulled me out of the immersion so much because first of all, she's getting a weird vibe, and like she's a witch. Like I accept that you're getting a vibe. I do expect you to get a vibe at this point. You get the vibe. You look at this woman. Are you okay? The woman's clearly not okay. The woman tells you, yeah, I'm fine. Get out. Are you all right? Why are you asking her again? She's clearly not okay. There's something weird. And then she very dramatically looks over her shoulder directly into the eyes of the suspicious character, the only other person in there, who she was apparently completely oblivious to before. Why is he reading a magazine behind you in a convenience store? First of all, none of this adds up. And then she's like, okay, obviously this is a bad situation. Let me think this through. Okay, here we go. What am I going to do? Grab the credit card machine, hit the gun toward the direction I need to run? What? To escape? And then she turns around and just takes off like she's about to start running outside, leaving the man with the gun still and the woman inside. Why didn't you just leave to begin with? Why'd you even hit him with the credit card machine? Like, It makes no sense. She could have escaped and called the cops from outside, and her boyfriend, Jim, Ben, whatever, would not have been shot. I'm just saying.
Well, we don't know if he gets shot. We think he might get shot. Because...
Oh, because they're just standing there. Right. Okay.
Yeah,
fair,
the story
I was
cuts
thinking about
off.
the book, so to be fair. But yeah, like, no, the whole thing just, that upset me with the swiping. Because I was like, she's going to hit him in the head. Go, girl. And then she hits his gun toward the door.
Right. No, that's
the
true.
only
That's
exit.
true.
Like, that just was so, it made me upset. I was upset. I have strong feelings about this one scene, and that I don't like it.
I was just sitting there wondering how many current viewers knew what those credit card swipers were.
Is that? Did they have that then? Is that a thing?
Yeah, that
I've
was
seen
a thing.
things like that recently. I feel like
Right,
that didn't even
that
look
was
old.
like a normal thing.
Yeah.
Really?
I even wondered, like, did they put this from 2000 and now into then?
Oh no, that was how you used to get credit cards. You do the thing, and it hits the carbon paper. Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. When I go to the dispensary, that's exactly how I use my card in their little thing. Yeah.
Fascinating.
I didn't know that wasn't a recent thing.
I wonder if it's because of difficulty with e-payments.
I couldn't.
Because like credit card processors may be. Yeah. Anyway, it's not.
I don't know. Who knows? Anyways, good to know that it's a current thing for the time.
So Anya, we stopped the story because Anya has passed out.
Oh, her head thunks down dramatically.
Yeah.
That's what it was. So instead of hearing, like, we were expecting a gunshot or something, and then it's just like smash because it's her head.
Right. And Anya has sepsis, which sucks.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
What does it mean?
It's when it's your organs are producing poison, essentially.
Oh, so it's like in her guts, like in her stomach area guts. It's not something to do with like
the body's
her legs.
extreme response to an infection. It happens when an infection you already have triggers a chain reaction throughout your body. Infections that lead to sepsis most often start in the lung, urinary tract, skin, or gastrointestinal tract. It's a life-threatening condition. Yeah,
that's another thing to be afraid of in this world.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This shows all about the things to be
very
afraid
unwell.
of.
Like she would have known, like even going down to that meeting, like I'm feeling very, very not well.
When I think she's been feeling very not well for, but it's Anya, so she's like, "No, I'm fine. Shut up, I'm fine."
Yeah. Oh, what a trooper! I do love her.
Me too.
So then we're in group. Everybody's basically saying they hope her death is easy, and Ilonka does her superhero speech that she will fight death. Great.
Guys, I'm getting to the point where I am done with that bitch. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I'm starting to get a little bit annoyed, like by some of the grandstanding, I will say, because it's like, you're just a sick teenage girl. Like, what do you really think you're doing here in the grand scheme of things? But like, I get it's a Pike book, and that's very much how the heroines of Pike books are. So I do like this Ilonka still more than book Ilonka because she was so basic and boring.
Oh yeah, no, you're right, absolutely.
So
it just feels like we've had this speech before.
Mm-hmm. She just does some really annoying things, my dudes.
You're not wrong.
And what I like here is that Dr. Stanton shuts her down. You know, it's not up to us. We don't make these rules. We can't change this outcome. And I really like when she says, how are you going to feel if you spend so long fighting that you don't take a moment to say goodbye? You know, like she's spending so much time focusing on how can I turn this death around, that Anya could be dead and she's still working on how can I turn this death around.
Yeah, and I think that's like it's a double thing too, because it's not even just about Anya, like it's about her. Like she's here in this place dying, and she's focusing on tea in the wilderness and like pretending she can do things, or that there's like magic that she's not even sure is there, instead of actually like spending time with her real, like her father and like people she loves.
I mean, it is a nice distraction, I'm sure, but
So Ilonka goes to see Anya, who's now in the isolation room. Doctor says sepsis isn't contagious, but the underlying infection is, so wear a mask. And Ilonka says she's going to try to make peace with Anya dying, and Anya wakes up and says, I want to live. So we knew Anya would, because she's a badass. Then again, the Dr. Stanton is placating with the we don't defy gravity. We try to make the landing as comfortable as possible. So, okay, yes, we know This is nothing new. This is nothing new. And we're on episode 6, and we're getting the same shit we got, earlier. Clearly, I'm intensely focused on it. So, Ilonka goes to the woods, and we get Shasta again. I am over Shasta.
Me, yeah, same.
Because she has this speech about how nature defies gravity, both bugs and air. Air doesn't defy gravity. Air is lighter than gravity. That's not defying gravity. That's not how that works. Which annoys me. And then she talks about all alternative medicines, and I'm reminded of my favorite joke. What do you call alternative medicine that works? Medicine. I'm probably going to irritate a lot of people in our audience who probably like alternative medicines, but I don't believe in alternative medicine, just like I don't believe in church.
Is that like how they're drinking their specialties and stuff?
Yeah.
Look, I drink, just so anybody listening, to balance out Cooper, I drink my specialties that have mushroom powders and stuff in them because it's my alternative medicine.
And also,
yeah, I love the earth, and in addition to it, and also my alternative medication of what other vitamins and stuff I have in front of me that have like, what is this? No, there's like 4 different kinds of mushrooms in here, Cooper. So is that alternative enough for you to hate it?
Wow.
Is it? It's not even like,
wow, it's such a challenge.
Is this aggressive?
It is.
I'm just balancing it out, just so that
Cassie's giving me the business.
No, not well. Your vision.
Yes, my version of the business.
Your business. Yes. Okay.
I'll just place myself in the middle of us and say that I just don't care. like you do you, baby. Like,
okay.
I'll take a fucking multivitamin. You keep that mushroom shit away from me.
No, I'll take that mushroom shit too, but I'll also take the vitamin and the medication. I'll do it all, babe.
Becca's just gonna be safe either way.
Yeah. I don't take chances, okay? We do alternative, we do regular.
So,
oh my god, I just pictured the 3 of us. Cooper's like, you guys got any fucking aspirin? I'm like, you guys got any mushrooms? Becca's like, you got anything, please? Anything at all?
give me all of the
things. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna recover, babe.
So Shasta tells her to gather water and that she needs the 5 sisters. And Shasta can be one of those 5 sisters. Then Shasta cuts her palm, which is the worst trope in all of everything. There are plenty of places to get blood.
That's the most dramatic, though.
And your palm is the worst place for anything else you want to do for the next, 3 weeks.
Right? You just have a gaping wound?
Yeah. Fuck, cut the back of your hand. Or
what if I'm going upstairs and I need to hold onto the railing? I can't. I cut my hand for a ritual sacrifice. Whoops.
Only drama. That's the only reason they do this bullshit.
I gotta say, though, it looks really cool.
Yeah,
well, yes, because you can do the hand. Yeah, of course it looks cool. And
the hand squeeze.
Out by 16 or dead on the scene, and you do the ginger snaps hand with the blood. You got to do it. You got to take both of your hands after you've cut yourselves, and you put your hands together and close them, and you say out by 16 or dead on the scene because you're an emo teenager. That's just the way it works. I don't make the rules. Go watch Ginger Snaps.
I actually just watched that movie for the first time.
For the first time?
For the first time. I'd never seen it before.
Oh my! Did you like it?
Yeah, I did.
Good. It's one of my favorite movies.
I love Catherine Isabel. Yeah. Okay, let's get back to it. Here.
Yes.
Where were we? The cut the palm, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what brought us here.
Fuck it. And they do it in everything. Literally, it's not just this movie. They do it in everything.
Didn't they just do it in Wednesday? I feel like it happened in Wednesday.
Yeah, they did totally.
Yeah.
By the way, watch Wednesday. It's a lot.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh my god, it's so good, babe.
I watched the dance scene on YouTube.
Oh, the dance scene's awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
And you'll totally be upset that that the girls don't get together instead.
No, yeah, I've seen a lot of stuff about it. I have a feeling once I watch it, I'm going to become obsessed with it, and I'm in the middle of trying to do things like get my
it's totally you.
Yeah, and I'll probably just start wanting to draw stuff about it. So
that's what I was going to say. I can't wait for you to become obsessed so you can draw me pictures of Eden.
I'm literally, it's like a conscious decision. I've had to not do it yet because I'm trying to get through everything I have right now. But once I do, you guys will know because you'll see nothing but that.
I can't wait.
Okay, so back to it. Ilonka brings the magic idea to the group. And it's fine. I mean, I don't see any reason not to try this, right? And Ilonka says, who cares if we spend a couple minutes on bullshit? Which is true, yeah. And if there's a chance...
She's dying. She's so sick.
She is so sick.
She's only going to get sicker if you take her out of the room. I mean, I guess.
That's true.
Yes.
Like, I understand that there is a slim, if there's a chance, like, we should go for it. I do get that. But, like, at the same time, like, there's a more overwhelming chance she might die there because she's going to get so much sicker being taken away from her, like, room and bed.
No, I agree.
Around these kids.
And I don't see why they couldn't do it in the room with her, honestly. Why they have to take her down to the cult room?
I feel like maybe does it have something to do with the ritual being in that area or no?
But I mean, here's the thing. So, what rituals are they doing here? They're doing ancient Greek rituals?
I think so.
It's just odd. I don't know. It's odd. So Sandra refuses because she has a little churchy objection to it. And
I'm sorry, that was just the most like a little churchy objection.
Yeah, I have no patience for churchy objections. None at all.
I mean, I gotta throw in though, in this particular case, she ain't wrong. Like, you don't want to fuck with that shit.
Your soul if you believe that that's a thing that's at risk. So I do understand where she's coming from in that.
Even like as somebody who's like neutral about everything, like, bitch, I ain't taking chances. Like, what if the spirits come and get me and like, I don't know, like, I don't take chances, okay? I'm not gonna fuck with a chant or some blood or any of that.
Okay, that's fair.
Meanwhile, I would. I'm like, you want my soul, dude. It's worth nothing. You can have it. Take it. It's garbage. See, you're welcome. Take it off my hands for me.
I love scary things, but I am such a little bitch, okay? I can handle watching them, but putting myself in that position, hell no, my dudes. Like, okay. I can't.
That's fair.
I do think you might be in a different state of mind if you were actively dying.
That's true.
And you thought that it might be a way that you could potentially, like, you're like, I'm dying anyways. Like, that's a scary thing that's already happening and I'm already facing it. So
I mean, you're already facing.
Yeah.
Bad.
So maybe then you'd be more like, okay, look, if I was doing all great and I had a lot to lose, then I wouldn't risk this, but I'm on my deathbed, so I'm risking it.
Right. Yeah. That does make sense. Like, being in that position.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so Natsuki tells her she doesn't have to do anything, just show up, which is not true because we're led to believe that for this ritual to work, all the 5 sisters need to put their blood in the thing and then on Anya's head. So she does have to do something. She doesn't just get to just show up. That's
maybe they're like, okay, we'll just get her down there under these false pretenses, and once she's there, we'll tie her up and
totally make her do it.
Force her into it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Okay. So then they go in the sub basement. And it appears that I'm sorry. Then there's a dream where Sandra goes down and sees Ilonka there, but Ilonka can't talk and there's creepy cultists rising and Sandra wakes up.
That was a creepy scene. Though.
That was really creepy. Yeah. And it had a little bit of Silent Hill feel to it, the way the hooded figures were moving. So then they go to Anya and bring her to the sub-basement, where Sandra has placed the word "don't" in cloth on the floor.
Oh, did she do that?
Oh, yeah, because later she's like, did you see anything down here when you came down?
I know. I thought she asked that because of her weird dream. I wasn't
what I
super
thought,
sure
too.
if
Oh
she
no,
had
I
done it or not.
totally feel like she did that. Yeah.
So she had to have gone down there by herself after
Yeah,
having that
totally.
creepy dream. She's got some balls on her, though. I would be scared doing that, I will admit.
So everybody's there, and everybody sacrifices something. Ilonka sacrifices a bracelet she got from her foster parents. They do a thumbprint on Anya's head. Kevin sacrifices a medal. Spence sacrifices movie tickets from his time with his mother. Sari is surprisingly interested in girls.
As she should be.
It just seemed like a surprise tossed off thing. But yeah, I guess that's good because it's not an essential thing then. But she sacrifices paper footballs, a lot of paper footballs. Amesh sacrifices a picture of his dad. Natsuki sacrifices what looked like the key from a car accident she was lucky to survive, but I wasn't sure. And Sandra throws a gift from a boy, and in my favorite moment of the episode, she says God knows about it, and so if the five sisters want more information, they can ask my guy. I really like that.
Hold on. Who is my guy?
God.
Okay, I thought she was referring to the guy that she was in love with.
No. So the five sisters can call
I mean,
God.
kind of, maybe.
If they know.
I'm not like the guy that the romantic guy.
No, I don't think it was a romance thing.
No.
Okay, that's kind of cute that she said my guy. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I like that.
I honestly thought she said my God. I didn't realize.
No, she said my guy.
Yeah.
So that's actually a little clever thing for her. They pour the water, which I think they put their blood in the water, but I'm not sure. Do you know? Either of you?
I think they do put the blood in it.
I think so. Okay. So they pour it over Anya's head. Anya is aware as they continue the ritual, and she's begging for a little bit longer, but then there's the shadow in the ceiling, and it reaches down for her. And that's the episode. Okay, let's talk best and worst moments of the episode.
Well, the worst moment was when she hit him in the head with the credit card machine.
I was gonna thank you because that was the literal worst. First of all, it made no sense. Girl, don't do it. You could have just run. That was my.
I knew it would trigger you again, so I had to say
You know what's so funny too that you say that is because sometimes Rich will say something that he knows like gets me super, and then I will go off and he'll just be like laughing because I'm like going for like 20 minutes. I'll just like go rant. He's like, your blood pressure, and I'm like, oh, why did you do this?
I mean, I like that you get really into things, you know, like as you should.
And that's the thing too, because I am really into them, and then it pulled me out of it because she did something stupid with a credit card machine.
Yeah. Okay, well, best moments. Since you both seem to have the worst moment be the same.
Oh no, I was just saying Cassie's for her.
Oh, okay. Well, what is your worst moment, Becca?
I mean, I don't. Hold on. I don't think I really have one, honestly. Okay. There was nothing that really like. Yeah. No.
Okay.
Cooper, what's your worst?
I mean, I have a lot of things here, but the thing that irritates me the most about this episode is that we again have to wait longer for the end of Wicked Heart. And
I like that though. I think it's cute. I like the suspense.
I mean, it's fine, but at the same time, like we get the witch story, and it's almost completely inconsequential because it's clearly just about wanting to do something for Anya, right? And then I'm so sick of Shasta, and yeah, I have a lot of problems with this episode.
Do you guys want to talk about the positives?
Part of it?
Yeah. Let's be positive.
I mean, the best part is
Yep.
My Lovin' by En Vogue on the radio. Best part of the whole episode, right there.
I like I said earlier, I really like the development of Anya and Ilonka's relationship. Ilonka annoys the shit out of me still, but like clearly she loves Anya and Anya loves her. And I think that's beautiful.
No, that is very nice, yeah.
So that's like
true,
my favorite for sure. Also, I think it's kind of like interesting that like I mean, I don't know if this means anything at all to like if they were even like doing anything with this, but the fact that Anya plays Scotty and Scotty gets shot in that story, you know? And then like then she falls. I mean, like later, sorry, I'm like like my brain is going in different directions right now. But basically when that happens, like I know like later, like when her head hits the table, it's Ben, like maybe getting shot. But I don't know, it's just like, I just like that it's just like, it kind of felt like foreshadowing to what,
absolutely.
The end of the episode, I guess. The end. The best part is Anya.
Well, I will go along with that. Yes, the best part of every episode so far has been Ruth Codd as Anya, 100%.
A damn icon, my dudes.
My favorite part of this. Okay, here we go. I got a good one. Well, it's not actually nice, but I liked it. It's a good lesson, I think, for that little girl. First of all, there's always going to be a little shitty boy running up behind you and knock you over and make you lose your ice cream. Or even when you prevent that, you're going to trip over your own goddamn rock. So you've got to be careful, not only for the little boys running up and knocking over your ice cream, but for the rocks in the road ahead of you.
Yes.
Good lesson for the little girl.
No, that is. Also, maybe just sit down and eat your ice cream.
Yeah, really. Why are you walking with it? It's a hot day.
You don't need to go anywhere.
Just sit down, enjoy it with your nice little dress in the park. And if a little boy tries to stomp on you, kick him in the. Never mind, I'm not going to say that part. Don't kick him in anywhere. Just move. So
this is an adult podcast, even though you're talking.
Because
about
honestly, though, why should she have had to turn around and get out of his way? He's a stupid little boy who was looking where he was going. She should have put her fist out right there and then like, bam. Or you know what? She was going to lose the ice cream anyways. I know she didn't know this, but like best case scenario, she could have just held the ice cream out and faced him right into it, you know. And then he's like, oh, and then they both learned a lesson that day. Watch out for rocks, little boys. And the little boy needs to watch out for where he's going and not run into any girls who know better.
Exactly. I think, avoid boys.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah. That's the moral of the story, really.
That's avoid them at a very young age so that when you grow up, you're still avoiding them.
And so they don't ruin your ice cream.
Yes, because ice cream is good and boys are bad.
Also, though, I really hope that wasn't like a super milky ice cream because can you imagine?
God. Oh, dear God.
God.
Okay, so Becca, do you have a favorite part of the episode?
Well, besides Anya and Ilonka.
I thought she said
you did. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Okay. I mean, I'll tell you again. I really like
No, it's fine. It's fine.
She's like, okay, maybe I didn't deliver it right the first time.
No.
Maybe you didn't.
Round two. Let's go.
You're all good. You're all
great.
Good. Okay, so let's move into last act where we give our final thoughts and ratings out of 5 pikes. Who would like to go first?
I'll just
no one.
I'll simplify it real quick because I really feel like I'm pretty neutral with this episode. So I'm gonna like just put a 3 on it.
Okay.
Like it wasn't bad and it wasn't like my favorite thing, but like it wasn't bad. So there we go. 3 pikes.
Wow, it's not even anything. It's just.
No, I forgot the pike part. 3 pike. No, 3 drop. No, I don't want to take that from Cassie if she uses it.
The dropped ice cream?
Yeah.
If you want to use the ice cream, I can find something else.
Were you really going to use it?
I hadn't even thought about it, but when I got there, I probably would have said it, but I don't care. I'll think of something.
Just use the ice cream.
3 dropped ice cream cones.
Okay. Okay. Cassie?
Okay.
What do you got?
Okay, I'm gonna give it 2 pikes with a fist out from the little girl getting that little boy in the face while he's running by to give it a half. Yeah. And I like this as like it's fine as its own standalone whatever thing that's part of the show. Me personally, I am disappointed by the depiction of Witch on screen, considering a lot of the things I consider to be important or iconic and memorable being completely omitted, which I understand why they were. I understand that they have to make decisions and cut things and change things and, make them shorter. But for me personally, it's just like I waited a long time to watch these things and to watch these things and not get the red jacket that she realizes is bloody. Like, give me the blood. And then also the cockroach ear. Like, I really wanted Mama Roach to be over here, cut my life into pieces. Also your little ear. Like,
Loves that.
dude, this is the shit that Rich has to deal with every day, all day. You only get it like an hour or so, like every couple of weeks. Like, imagine this all day. It's just, I don't know how he deals with me.
So much.
But yeah, so I like it. It's fine. I get why it's here as part of the season. The next episode is my favorite, I think. So I'm just very excited this one is done, and then we'll go there.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it 2.5, and the half is that credit card swiper.
No. I hope you use it better than she did.
No, it's just sitting on the counter. It's not being used for anything except for swiping credit cards.
Leave it alone.
It's just doing its credit card job.
It's doing its job.
It came to work today to work.
Not to bludgeon anyone's gun.
No, I just didn't even. She just knocked it off course. It's so. I'm sorry.
So
Go
I
ahead.
didn't like the episode, but it wasn't as bad as my least favorite, which was episode 4, which I'm pretty sure was the film noir episode.
Oh, the Give Me a Kiss?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was.
I love that. Okay.
Hated it so much.
God, that one I was like, this is so much better than the book.
So let's wrap it up then. Before we go, Becca, where can our listeners find you online?
You can find me on Instagram at Read with Bex, where I talk about books, TikTok at As Told by Bex, Twitter at As Told by Bex, and my sister and I created an Etsy, which you can find at Leaping Lily Creations, and we sell book sleeves and other like stickers and tiny stuff. Sorry, I don't know why I repeated stickers, but
it's okay.
I jumbled. I think that's everywhere.
Okay.
I don't know.
Cassie,
anymore.
how about you?
You can find me at Control-Alt-Cassie, CTRL-ALTCASSIE on Instagram and Twitter. And I also have a shop on Etsy where I sell my books and coloring books and stickers and and bookmarks and stuff like that. And that is shopletsgetgalactic.com. And then I also have a Patreon, which is patreon.com/letsgetgalactic. And that is where I share process videos of my art and have a sticker club where I send you mail every month and all kinds of fun little things. So come hang out with me. Woo.
You two are loopy today.
I wasn't sure where the tone should go, and I felt like it had been too high, so I was like, let me lower this. And I was like, wait, this is lowered into a dangerous area.
You can find me at coopersbeckett.com and at coopersbeckett on all the socials. I'm sticking with Twitter until it falls down around me. So I'm there. Cassie, where can they find our show?
You can find us on all social media at the PikeCast. We'd really like it if you'd show us your collection of Pike books or tell us your opinions about the show as much as we've covered so far. You can tag us or use hashtag #ShowUsYourPike and we'll retweet you, reshare you to our stories, all that fun stuff. We also have a Patreon, and if you sign up, you get early access to our episodes, access to our Discord community, and fun things like stickers and bookmarks sent to you. You can subscribe there at patreon.com/thepikecast. Thank you. Goodbye. I'm sorry, I didn't know. It was so quiet.
Goodbye.
I wasn't sure.
You're like shutting down.
I'm here ready to wrap it up, and you just, goodbye.
I'm just a sad little robot.
Yeah, you're like Gladys in Portal when she's dying.
Yeah, that's me.
All right, listeners, your homework for next week is episode 7, Anya. Until then, pleasant dreams.
You survived the night, friends. You can peek out from under your covers and see the first blues of dawn out the window. Thanks for spending the night with the PikeCast, and we hope you'll join us again next time. Until then, Pikers, pleasant dreams.
So, was it weird for either of you that the episode called Witch started with like a third of it being part of this other story, The Wicked Heart?
No, I thought it. Sorry, was I supposed to go first?
Well, I asked. I mean, we're not doing it in turn.
I thought we were thinking everything because we haven't done it in so long.
Oh, he's probably,
that?
Cassie's probably silent for a reason.
Becca just threw a fit. Just like I want the end of the story. She just
slammed down her cup.
Wait, what did I do? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do anything.
No.
You made a microphone sound and we're making fun of you. It's okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine.
Making fun sounds so harsh. It was.
I don't mind.
We're humorously poking at you.
Yes.
It's
as
okay.
friends.
It's
We
okay.
love
As
you.
friends.
As long as you don't poke too hard.
We're giving you the
business. Very doughboy saying that.
Wait, Becca, we are literally giving you the business in the correct usage of the phrase.
No, wait, I don't think that was. Hang on, that's not literal. That's not what's happening right here. Hang on.
Giving
Hold on.
her the business.
I did not. I didn't. I don't think that's where we're going with this. The people listening are like, wait a minute, I thought I knew what the business is, but now I'm confused.
I don't even think I know what it means anymore.
All it is giving someone shit. That's giving them the business.
Oh, I thought you meant my version. That's why I was okay.
No.
Okay,
This is what I mean.
Did you put poking with getting the business, Cassie, together?
Cassie,
Yes.
let me make it clear. I will never mean your version of giving someone the
Same.
business.
Honestly, same.
Well, that clears things up for me. That answers a lot of questions. Really, though, when the poking came so close to the business, I can't. You can understand my confusion.
You're right. I do.
Yeah,
I do. It was my fault.
I was imagining the Pillsbury Doughboy as well, Cassie. So when I was thinking of business,
Can you imagine?
I was thinking a cute little guy.
Yes, because it was like, she says, don't poke too hard. And I'm like, haha, hoo. And then you're like, yeah, haha, the business. And I'm like, wait a minute. That's not right.
It went from cute to being elevated so hard.
It's the Pillsbury Doughboy, but laying now, like on his side with his hand on his head and his little hip hand. And he's like, hello.
Oh my god! Please don't ruin him for me. He's so
okay.
cute.
Let's move on immediately.
Please.
I don't know why I'm this way.
It's okay. We love you for a reason.
Yeah, we do.
Thank you.
Yeah, Anya's
true. I
pretty
really love
damn
her.
awesome.
Too.
What the fuck was that?
I'm so sorry.
That was really good timing for.
Oh my fucking god! I have this little Buffy book, and it's like a tiny collectible, and I knocked it off my shelf, and it makes noise. It has voice. Look, hang on.
It's so cute.
Yeah, I knocked it off on accident because I was laughing. Sorry, I'm really sorry. I'm gonna move it down here so it
But
doesn't.
who was the first one?
I honestly, I don't know because now I don't remember.
Okay, I'm not panicking. I'm not. Stop looking at me like I'm panicking.
That one was Xander.
Yeah.
Your pie plate bingo.
I don't know what that was.
I don't either.
No matter what, I'll always be with you.
Oh God.
Anyways, let's move on.
Okay, yeah, let's move on. Let's move on.
You know what's weird too is because the other night I did that with Rich because I accidentally knocked it over, and so I kept playing through them, but it played the same 4. The ones you guys just heard, I did not hear at all the other night. Like those were not ones. I swear, it was so weird. I'm confused now. Anyways,
Okay,
let's go.